Hello, this is Julie from Bubble Bows Crafts. Thank you for joining me today. Today I just have a very quick and simple project for you. This is just a lidded cubed box for treats or jewellery or whatever you would like to pop inside. It has a little belly band which you just slip off and then obviously just lift the lid to reveal your little box. This measures 2 inches by 2 inches with a depth of 2 inch, so it's quite a nice size. And I'm going to show you how to make this today. This one's obviously been done in Bermuda Bay and Rich Razzle-Bay, and I'm now going to do the reverse. So I'm going to pop this to one side. To do this you will need 2 pieces of cardstock. The larger piece for the base needs to measure 6 inches by 6 inches. And then for the lid you'll need another piece that measures 4 1/16 by 4 1/16. And before we do anything, I'm going to do some stamping. I've already done this, and this is the tone on tone, so Rich Razzle-Bay onto the card, and I'm using the Painted Petals stamp set, which is a 2-part series, and I'm going to be using this image here. So this piece is done. I'll pop that to one side. Just going to bring in a bit of scrap paper, and I'm going to do the lid. So bringing in the Rich Razzle-Bay ink and my stamp, I'm just randomly stamping all over the card, just building it up and filling in the little areas all over. Okay, pop that to one side now. Now I'm going to bring in the scoreboard, and as always don't worry about any of the sizes or the scoring. Click in the see more and there will be a link that will take you straight over to this project, and all the details will be there for you. So popping in the 6 inch by 6 inch piece, all we need to do is score on all 4 sides at 2 inches. So just scoring, rotating and scoring again at 2 inches, and do that all the way round. Now bringing in your lid piece, all we need to do on this one is score at 1 inch on all 4 sides. So it's nice and simple with the scoring. Then we can pop this back out of the way. Then we can come along with our bone folder, and we can just burnish all of our score lines to give us a nice crisp edging to our box. Same with the base. Then we can take our scissors, excuse me, and with the base I'm just going to cut up the score line to the score line that runs across here, and then I'm taking a little notch just so that the box all closes nice and flush. Then I'm rotating, and I'm going to do exactly the same on this side. Take another notch, then rotating it again and do exactly the same. And then for the last time, and cutting the last score line. And then you'll be left with a shape like this, and this is so when we put the box all together that it doesn't become too bulky when we put it together, but it also reinforces the box to make it quite sturdy. With the lid we're just going to chop up these 2 small score lines that come to this score line across here. So again, taking your scissors, following the score line and taking a notch. Then rotating all the way around and doing exactly the same on the other side. Get rid of all the chippy bits. And then we can start putting this all together. I'm going to use snail today, but I would suggest using a liquid glue or some sticky strips so that it gets a good hold. So starting with the base, just coming along and all the little tabs that you've, sorry, not the base, the lid, all the little tabs that you've made, just popping your adhesive on, and then we can bring this all together. So going all the way round on all the tabs, and then bringing in the tab, lining it up the side and sticking that down into place. You can do that all the way round. Then bringing in the base, and again on all the little tabs, just pop your adhesive of choice onto these areas. And then again, taking in your tab, bringing up the side and lining it all up to build up the box. There we go, so that's the box then complete. We can pop the lid on. And then for the belly band, I have got a piece of the Bermuda Bay, and this needs to measure 1 inch by 9 3/4. And I just pop the box sort of in the centre, and I mould around the box. Actually, I've probably made this a little bit too long, so I'm just going to trim that off, and I will make sure that the proper dimensions are over on my blog for you. So just keep folding that round and bringing that up into place, and then using my finger as a guide as to where this piece finishes. I'm just going to take some liquid glue and just stick that down into place, lining it all up. Just hold that there for a second. I'm then going to slip the belly band back off and holding so that the glue takes. I'm then going to come along and just fold and reinforce all of these fold lines so that it fits around the box a lot neater. There we go, put that back onto the box. Then we can come on and do a little bit of stamping. Somewhere here I've got some Whisper White. Here it is. And again, I'm using the Painted Petals, and I'm using the thank you image here. So taking some more of the Rich Raspberry ink and my stamp, just going to stamp one of them out, and then using the Artisan label punch, I'm just going to punch this out. Put that to one side. I then have another piece of the Rich Raspberry which I've already stamped, and using the Artisan label punch again, I'm just going to punch another one out, and then I'm going to do the same with another piece of the Bermuda Bay. And then while I've got these pieces of card here, I'm using the Itty Bitty flower punch, and I'm just going to punch 2 little flowers out from the Rich Raspberry, and then another one from the Bermuda Bay, and then we can start building this all up. So taking the sentiment, and I'm just going to take a sponge into the Rich Raspberry, and I'm just going to sponge all the way around the edges. There we go. And then taking my scissors and one of the labels, I'm just going to cut this completely in half, and then I'm going to do exactly the same with the Bermuda Bay. And then taking my liquid glue, I'm going to start building this up so that it starts having a little shadow around my sentiment, just popping that on top, and then taking the Bermuda Bay and then sticking that on as well. And you start building up that shadowing effect at the top, turning it around and doing exactly the same on the bottom. So first with the rich raspberry, popping that into place, and again with the Bermuda Bay. And that's all the sentiment done. I'm then going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to pop just on the box across where you meet on the belly band. I'm just going to pop a couple of dimensionals down, move the back in, and then lining up the sentiment, I'm just going to pop that on the top. And then to finish off with the little flowers, I'm taking some basic pearls and I'm just going to stick one into the centre of each of the flowers. And then using some glue dots, turn these all over. Oops. There we go, that's better. Just using a glue dot onto the back of the flower and then positioning it onto the box, and then from this point obviously you can pick up the petals and bring it into 3D fashion. Taking one of the rich raspberry ones and just clustering that at the side, and again bringing up your petals. And then the last one, again another glue dot onto the back, and I've just been popping this one down in this corner here, bringing up the petals. And that's it, it's all complete. So it's very quick, very simple, but I love the colour combination. I think they go really nicely together. So I do hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.